I see that Budo and Utara spoke the truth. The Wolf Clan is running rampant across the land. I am Prince Taro, heir to the Serpent Throne. My father sent me to restore order and end this winter. Your savage witchcraft is starving our peasants.
Our witchcraft? Hey, this is Yvain's work, you dunce!
Don't try to confuse me with your silly lies.
Taro, this blizzard is Yvain's sorcery. We're also here to stop it.
You will address me by my proper title. How dare you attempt to turn me against my friends? I'm warning you, leave now or face my wrath.
He's a pompous brat, but we shouldn't kill him. His father is too powerful.
I bet that pansy would run screaming from a real fight. Let's tear down his royal academies. He won't be so tough without his bodyguards. The academies will be lightly defended as long as we steer clear of Taro's main forces. If we destroy all 3 academies, Taro will know we mean business.
I suppose there's no other way around the fool. When we've dealt with his guardians, the prince will listen more carefully.
And now we know why Kenji disliked that fool. What's up guys, welcome back, Alex here from Again Therapy, and our progress has been altered by Taro, a spoiled soft-minded brat if I ever met one. Unfortunately, he's also the heir to the Serpent Empire, so killing him isn't an option. Good thing he's a coward. Without his father's elite guards, I expect he'll run straight home to daddy. There are 3 royal academies producing these guards, and we'll need to destroy them all. So before we start analyzing Taro, let's grab all my starting fighting force and get it to the first academy.
For freedom!
Retribution will follow.
This is where I shall build my base. I cannot say it's a perfect spot, but think of it this way. You have 1 base less to worry about. And we know by the briefing that the Serpent Clan that opposes us has 3 academies altogether, which is another way of saying that you're facing 3 Serpent bases.
For freedom!
So overall, now that I destroyed the first academy, I can focus on building my base and expect attacks from 2 Serpent bases.
Already there!
A quick tip is to not underestimate the fact that you need to deal with 2 bases instead of 3. As you will soon find out, these guys will put up a good fight. This is why I chose this very spot for my base. From the very beginning of this whole series, I said that I prefer building a base in a terrain that exposes me the least. Back then I would always try to mention the different options, ways and possibilities for an enemy to attack me. For example, foreseeing an attack from both the south and the east, or even from more directions in worst cases of scenarios. Which brings me exactly to where I started this whole explanation. We occupy the spot where I can bottleneck all the Serpent units, so it means I can invest all my defensive power into one spot.
My Lord Fusion will follow. For the wolf. For the clan!
I'm going to tell you right away that you shouldn't try to hit the other bases from the start, like I did with this one. The others are just too well fortified.
For the wolf. For freedom.
Now, the problem with this area is the lack of space, so that leaves me with only one option, building only the core buildings, at least until I get a firm foothold.
Are my charms too much?
Just say the word.
Just remember that even if it makes a perfect sense to cut down trees and free some space, it doesn't really apply in this game. And I should probably have said it way earlier, but yeah, the trunks of the trees remain and they will get in the way of building what you want. They will not get removed like they do in Age of Empires, for example.
Just say the word.
And now that we have covered my so-called battle plan, let's address the elephant in the room, Taro. There is no easy way to say it, so I'll just say it. Taro is a sissy that makes a lot of sense to hate. And although it might sound presumptuous, Greyback is correct. This guy, or that brat, as he called him, is a real coward. I think I even mentioned his whole story, or at least some of it, when I passed the fourth map in both the Dragon and the Serpent campaign.
This thing needs.
But to give the proper respect, and not to him but to the walkthrough itself, let's mention what Taro is all about. And I'm using the Battle Realms fandom as my source of information.
I'm moving.
Let me at him.
Let's play with this. Let's get moving. Sounds like a plan. Let's get moving.
So I've mentioned a couple of times already that Kenji is his younger brother, but other bits of information say that throughout the whole Serpent clan everyone recognizes his swordsmanship as being formidable, but his baby brother knows he has a trick up his sleeve.
Let me at him.
He knows Taro uses a magically imbued blade to give himself an unfair edge over his opponents. Along with that, he uses some kind of arcane magic to make them more vulnerable to the blade in particular and to magic as a whole. And I'm talking about his ability, Insidious Hex.
For the clan.
It is even mentioned that this dude is really weak when it comes to battling, so he is best used as a supporting unit. He just needs to have someone to cover for him and take all the damage in his stead, while he will deliver blows to the attacker.
Let me at him. Bring it on. Okay.
I personally never used Taro. I don't find him too useful or very appealing to begin with. Plus, the responses he has when you command him are very irritating to me.
I am Wolf.
Just say the word. Already there.
So while we were going on about this idiot, you can see that I developed my defensive perimeter, just the way I like, and in a formation I love.
freedom!
I never really gone to the length of destroying all the bases that Taro possesses because I took this whole note about not touching him from the briefing rather seriously, so I'm sticking to my main objective.
Let me at him. Damn. Give me a thing. For freedom!
So due to the lack of space in my base, I had to build the side buildings in a different terrain. Now, when I'm using terms like core or side buildings, I mean one simple thing. Core buildings are the buildings that are necessary for you to win a certain map. For example, a peasant hut as a basic building that produces your peasants. Well, fine, you've got peasants, but what's next? Well, to even think about winning, you need firepower. So training grounds are important as well, right? That is why you can take both the huts and the training grounds and put them into one category: core or primary buildings.
This thing needs wheels.
Okay, what about the side or secondary buildings? Well, I refer to them as buildings that are not necessary for you to win, but to actually make it easier on you to do so. So buildings like the chivalry that boosts your overall resistances, or a cairn to add some techniques to your units, and even a keep. You don't really need a keep to win a certain scenario. All of these and some others would be secondary buildings. Thing is, I always try to insist on building a keep and a wolf ball court, because they unlock the option to build more watchtowers.
For the wolf! This thing needs wheels. Yes, already there. I'm cranking.
So this time, as you can see, I'm not really going through the excruciating pain of training many werewolves, but instead putting the emphasis on the pitch slinger. Now, the trading party that I'm building is meant for one thing and one thing alone: destroying the academies as fast as possible. That is why it consists mainly from berserkers as tanks and druidesses as tollers. Combining these together should give me just enough time to destroy an academy with a pitch slinger, who in this case is my damaging unit.
Already there. Hot on the trail. I'm ready. For freedom! Let me have them! Let's go. Don't have all day. Come on. Hot on the trail. Come on. Burning death. Catch.
So for me personally, it's very important to destroy the couple of watchtowers that stand in the entrance to their base. And as you can see, it's possible to deal with them with only one pitch slinger, as if to terrorize them.
For the clan! Hot on the
I always suggest to have a very tanky unit by the watchtowers, like I do with Greyback or with 3 berserkers. Obviously it's done to buy some time for your watchtowers to do their job. Another thing to remember is the whole glitch with the ballista man, where if their last shot kills a unit, it will shoot the next round without any reload whatsoever.
Retribution will follow.
By the way, it should not be a surprise for me to lose grayback here and there, and I don't really make such a big deal of it as long as I earn more yank points than I lose.
Come on. Flaming tsunami. Know the wolf's fire. Let's go.
Yeah!
Come on. Get him, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Don't have all day.
It's rather surprising, and for the better, that my watchtowers are able to reach way up there. It works for my benefit because, if I'm not mistaken, that path up there leads to where my keep and other buildings are located.
Give me
So I'm really happy that I aggro them and prevent them from carrying out their plan.
done. Already there. Let me at them. Give me some meat.
Retribution will follow.
Slice and dice. Let me have them.
Keep in mind that unlike the raiders from the Serpent clan or the archers with the fire arrows from the Dragon clan, Pitchslingers have two properties to their projectiles. One of them would be fire damage like the other ones, but the second type of damage is explosive, unlike the other one. That is why not only both the raiders and the archers make as much damage to buildings as the Pitchslingers, but also rather ineffective when destroying a well.
Done. For the wolf. Come on.
Retribution will follow.
Move it. Get a move on. Already there. Don't have all day. Come on. Let me at them. Better find the last academy. Taro will discover our handiwork soon.
Okay, so the raid on the middle base wasn't too glorious, and it wasn't supposed to be, but we achieved our goal.
Yes. For freedom. I'm moving. Yes. For the count. Come on. Already dead. For the clan. For freedom. For the clan. For freedom. Move it. Yes.
My lord will follow.
Done. For the clan. Let me at them.
I follow.
For the clan.
For the last academy, I'd say that it would be a rather good idea to fortify my units in the shellery before I proceed.
Yeah. Yes. For freedom. For the pack.
For the clan.
Taste my power! Retribution will follow.
Yes. Let me at them.
Okay, this is it. It's time to move on to our last objective.
Give me some meat. Done. Intentional grounding. What a plan! Tsunami.
You filthy bandits! You've slain my bodyguards! Don't touch me! My father will avenge my death.
You're not dead yet. Go home to your father. Tell him the Wolf Clan didn't cause this blizzard.
I'll not tell your lies to Lord Oja. My failure will be punished harshly enough.
Are you stupid? Look at us! We're freezing out here! Do you really think dirty savages like us know such powerful spells? Aye, we're not magicians! We're miners, you dolt!
You may have a point. You are rather dirty.
Let me put it this way. If I wanted war with the Serpent Empire, I'd kill you now. All I want is to settle our business with Yvain before we all freeze to death. Why not let us pass and tell your father that you stopped the blizzard yourself?
And if Mistress Yvain kills you all?
Then you can tell Lord Oja that you slew the evil wolf rebels single-handedly.
Oh, so quick-witted. You remind me of my brother. Very well. The Prince of the Serpent Empire allows you to pass. Enjoy your destruction, slaves.
If your brother has any wits at all, he'll outlive you, little prince.
Let's finish this!
A nice way to state a future irony. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, I'm Alex, and I'll see you guys on the next one.